Hey, I'm Nick.
Hey, I'm Vinny.
You're listening to the Power Dump Podcast.
Let's talk some shit.
What's up, guys? So we got some video, we got some audio.
Hey.
First time officially on camera and stuff. Power Dump Podcast. Touch
I'm Vinny.
yourself. I'm Nick.
And we are the Power Dump
Yeah.
Podcast.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, like Nick said, touch
Yeah.
yourself.
All right, so just to give you guys a quick update, we were already doing a podcast already just a little bit ago, and Vinny's computer decided to fuck itself.
It just
Actually, didn't fuck itself; it fucked us.
it bad.
Fucked us
Like
bad.
with cornstarch, no lube, man. It just
Didn't even give. Well, it gave a warning and then just said, "All right, fuck you guys," and then just started updating.
and we were an hour into that episode.
Yes, we were okay. So we're gonna just kind of jump into this. We're gonna do it a little short. We're gonna make this a 2-part episode. Might come back to it after the next one. We're supposed to have a guest on. Hopefully they've come through, coming in and talking about some stuff. But we're making this a food episode. Might be a 2-parter. It could definitely be a 2-parter because we got a ton of content to talk about with that
One
stuff.
thing I learned about in the last hour is we're both pretty passionate about food.
Yeah, I mean, we're foodies, we're big guys and stuff. So, but there's abundance of places that have come and gone that we're discussing about favorite places and stuff. Did you think of anything at one of your favorite places that aren't around anymore that you wish still were?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So I'll go back over my top 3. And they go back to childhood.
Rudy Steffens,
What is that?
the
What was
fish
that?
place.
No.
Like Joe Tess.
Okay, that's one place
It
that's
was South
gone.
Omaha too, Rudy's.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't remember that one.
It was really good, man.
So, but Gerda's German food,
Bohemian Cafe.
Bohemian Cafe, and La Solomino for Italian.
Mm-hmm.
So German, Bohemian, and Italian. Those are my top 3 places that I still wish were around. Bohemian had we talked about dumplings and goulash there that were the red sauce. I still to this day miss quite a bit.
I grew up over in Iowa, so one of mine was Ewald's. It's just this little home cooking cafe. You get like meatloaf or whatever there, breakfast mostly. You know,
Gotcha.
they've been gone for years and years. And then Bretto Pizza. I miss Bretto Pizza.
Okay. Remember there was a place that my first official job when I was about 15, I was a busboy at Shortstop Cafe off 42nd and Earl Street.
Yeah, I remember. I got a lot of hours in Sandy's bar right there.
Okay, so I don't really remember the food much. My parents, I don't think we really went there that often as when I was little. At least I don't remember the place, so I don't really remember what they were known for. I'm sure it was probably just like a cafe, like they probably had burgers and all sorts of shit. But yeah, those other places, Gerda's just had really good German food, Spetzel and everything there. I miss. She passed away. That's why that restaurant is no more. And they were the last official German restaurant in town. The Solomio was just really good Italian food. I mean, I went there for prom with my date.
Were they downtown?
No, Vinton Street. It was in South Omaha. I can't remember the name of the cross street where it was 42nd, well, Center Street, like a cross intersection where it was similar area where the Greek Islands is.
Okay.
It's a little bit more south of there. It was almost like towards, like if you would have went further south, you would have basically hit the interstate system through South Omaha.
Right.
It was a bit weird to get to and everything, but I think one of the owners passed away from that place as well, and the kiddos were just like, "I'm fucking done. I don't want to do this anymore."
That's
and
a lot of
place,
work.
Place went went bye. Trying to think. We talked about pizza. It went from everything from like crappy Totino's pizza, which is still
amazing.
Yeah, I'll fuck up a Totino's pizza right now.
Fold that shit like a taco.
Yep. Fuck yeah. I remember when they're round, now they're square, which kind of, it is what it is.
It takes the taco-esque-ness out of it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'll still do it.
Yep.
Not about it.
We also went down the rabbit hole for a little bit there with the crappy home pizzas besides Red Baron and stuff, but we also brought in some pizza rolls in the mix with that too.
Love pizza rolls.
Talked about microwaving or oven with the pizza rolls. I've had them both ways. I obviously enjoy them in
Those
the
need to
oven
go in
better.
the air fryer or the oven.
Yeah. Microwave is like fast and fucking hot lava little fucking I almost want to say Tide Todd
Tide Pod.
Tide Pod fucking molten lava bombs if you were to like throw those in your mouth like too quick. I can't fucking talk right now, but
Yeah, those are good, but I can tell you what the absolute worst pizza in the world is.
what's that?
Those stupid little fucking pizzas that come in the Lunchables.
That's not even. I know they put like little like crappy marinara and stuff in there. Oh man, I never. So I can't. I think I was getting to a point where I was probably a teenager when they start bringing those Lunchables out to, and having a bunch of different type of foods in those Lunchables and stuff besides just cheese and crackers and everything. They start putting like pizza and dessert stuff where you can mix the shit together and stuff. And I remember my younger brother, being a little kid, was just like, "Yeah, I fucking love this stuff." I'm like, "That's garbage. That's hot garbage, man. That's gross."
It's bologna and a cracker.
Yeah, dude. So, and it's crazy that they're still going fucking strong.
Yeah.
With all the deli meat stuff, it's like I think there's like sections of fucking Lunchable shit now.
We both agreed though. One of the restaurants that we both loved that is gone now was Amarillo's.
Yes, the barbecue place that's in Bellevue was in Bellevue, Nebraska. Man, they had everybody from presidents to Britney Spears,
Like race car drivers.
oh man, tons of famous people.
Britney Spears went in there.
Yeah.
No
I remember
kidding.
seeing her headshot with an autograph and stuff in there because when you first walked in the place, there was headshots and autographs from tons of famous people. I'm surprised nobody tried to pull that shit off the walls, honestly.
I would have been waiting tables there, and Brittany would have came in. I gave her food. I'd have been like, "Are you full, or you want me to hit you maybe one more
Oh
time?"
my god.
And then I'd be like, "Oops, I did it again."
Oh my.
Sorry.
No, that's fucking hilarious. But I almost want to smack myself you saying that. But that place had amazing baked potatoes that were fucking huge. And
Yeah.
they filleted them open and stuffed them with
They
like
put like pulled pork and shit in them.
yeah, chicken, pulled pork. And they had. I loved the. I think they had bread pudding there that was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That was like their
I never
desserts were
tried
really
it. The
good.
first time I tried bread pudding is when we had it at
Mouth of the South.
Mouth of the South.
Yeah, they have a peach cobbler that's fucking amazing, but it's
I don't
always
like
sold
peach
out.
anything, man.
It's really good there, and it's fucking it's always out when we go there to get
Yeah.
it. So I guess Mouth of the South has got some fucking hit peach cobbler.
And we're based in Omaha, Nebraska. So
Yeah.
if you haven't heard of a lot of these places,
It's
you're
because
not from Omaha.
you're not from.
But most people that are listening to us are probably from Omaha.
Yeah, well, majority of the people that are probably tuning in are probably just kind of like, "Oh man, I remember that place," or they're just like, "I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about."
Or remind me never to eat food with these two assholes.
Yeah. So we went down a little bit of a rabbit hole with the pizza stuff. Sortino's Pizza off of L Street.
Uh-huh.
I worked there. That was my first cooking job, besides a little bit at Shortstop Cafe. But that was my first pizza gig was Sortino's Pizza, and I was a line cook there. I cooked pizza, or not pizza, but the burgers and massacholi, spaghetti. They also did. They're also kind of known for their onion rings there.
If I remember correctly, when I was a kid, they had Phillies there, and I really liked them.
I don't. You might be thinking of Lansky's Pizza. They've got Phillies.
Yeah, Lansky's is good. They're just kind of.
I worked there for a brief period of time. It was actually one of the few places I fucking walked out of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one? The one on 50th and L?
Yep. Yeah. One of the managers there was just. I started there and I was cooking the Phillies and everything, and I was a line cook, so that's what I was used to doing that shit. And for some weird fucking reason, I don't know if like they must have got a couple complaints that wasn't like cooked the way they liked it or something. Or maybe I wasn't fast enough because they got a lot of orders for that shit. I was the pizza guy. I was just like, well, I've trained to fucking cook pies, not fucking this shit.
Yeah.
I'll do it though. But it wasn't just Phillies. It was, they had a beer cheese, pastas and stuff. And the way they did it there was fucking stupid. I didn't like the way they did it. And, I eventually went all the way from cooking a whole bunch of stuff to working the register to they constantly had me like cleaning dishes and shit. I'm like, I didn't sign up for to be a fucking busboy or something. I'm a fucking
Yeah.
cook. I walked the fuck out. I was just like, fuck this place, man. I ended up going back to, I think, Godfather's. I was a pizza guy at Godfather's for fucking ever in
I
high
like their
school.
taco pizza.
Taco pizza, we talked about that.
Got to get the lettuce on the side though, because nobody wants soggy ass lettuce.
Yep. You like sour cream?
I could take it or leave it. There's some things, like when I go to a nice Mexican restaurant, I usually don't put sour cream on anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't eat Taco Bell without sour cream.
Sure. So they have these like sour cream packets. If they don't happen to give you, get sour cream on there with some taco sauce on those taco pizzas. It's fucking great.
Okay. Never even thought of that.
Yeah. Let's see.
I like putting hot sauce on them.
Yeah. So we also said the top 3 pizza places that we like in town. You said Mama's Pizza.
Mama's Pizza. I like Big Fred's a lot.
Big Fred's is awesome. Let's see.
I'm sure Sortino's still good. They have to be.
No, Sortino's is still
Haven't had
really,
it in years,
really
but
good.
they're gotta be good.
Yeah. Sortino's pizza is great. Oscar's Pizza and their wings are actually pretty good.
Oscar's is probably my favorite wing place, and their pizza's not bad either.
Yeah.
Also, really like Roman Coin. Have you had that?
I think I might have.
They have a pizza there called the Tommy Boy.
Okay.
And it's like a chicken bacon ranch pizza that's really good.
I'd fuck that up. And it's, you're gonna think I'm a weirdo about this and stuff, but I'm really fucking picky about my bacon. I don't like bacon bit chunks.
It can't be chewy. It's gotta be crispy.
Yeah, and some with bacon bits actually gives me an instant fucking headache.
Really?
Yeah, some preservative or something that's in bacon bits. Obviously,
Weird.
It's like crunchy bullshit that isn't really fucking bacon, anyways. But that gives me a fucking instant headache. But anything fast food with bacon on it, fuck that. I'm not gonna eat some freeze dried piece of shit.
Baconator?
Fuck no. No. I get like huge hankerings every once in a while to make homemade BLTs. And I gotta cook the bacon myself, and it's gotta be either crispy as shit or a little floppy. I'll
do either bacon, lettuce, and mayo, or just bacon, lettuce, and like really thin strip of slice of tomato. I'm not a big tomato guy.
I'm not either, but when it's cut fresh and I put it right on, the sandwich and everything, that's when I like it. I grew up with my grandfather eating, he cut the slices and stuff and put salt on.
Did he have a garden?
Yes.
Yeah, my dad did too, man.
Yeah, it was homegrown tomatoes and stuff.
There's difference. There is a huge difference.
Yes. He also had rhubarb.
Yeah, my mom used to make this strawberry rhubarb jelly.
Oh man, yeah, that and rhubarb pie. I used to just take stalks off. I made sure that that weren't cut. Like with
You're not eating the wrong end, dying.
Yeah. But
the leaf could kill you, right?
I think it's the leaf, or if you too much of like the white part of the stalk or something. So you got to cut it where
it
it's
seems dicey. I wonder how many people died before they figured it out.
Yeah, like don't eat the fucking leaf. Yeah.
Wouldn't you have just stayed away from rhubarb at that point?
Yeah, but I used to take the stalks and cut it and then dip it in sugar.
Yeah.
Like I used to eat the shit out of those things.
How about mulberries off the tree?
There was a couple of neighbors in South Des Moines that had a couple of mulberry trees, and I used to eat the shit out of those too.
I would throw those in my cereal.
There was also a neighbor that had a cherry tree that was like
nice.
Yeah, so it's weird that in certain areas and like periods of time in my life, growing up as a kid in South Des Moines, that you just find food in the neighborhood.
Yeah, we had a green apple tree, like crab apple tree next to our house.
I had a neighbor that had one of those too,
and I didn't know because. Like my parents never told me any better, but they were really good. Mm-hmm. So I went and I'm eating a ton of these apples. Next thing I know, like I'm doubled over on the ground with my stomach hurting. Like apparently too many green apples will give you a tum-tum ache.
A tum-tum? Yeah, like
yes.
Poop tum-tum or throw up tum-tum?
No, like just searing pain, like cramping.
I gotcha.
And I think I was throwing up and probably crapping.
So,
it's a good story.
Yeah, right. I asked him, and I can't remember if I did. If I did talk about this, I apologize. But worked at a fast food place, and there was a ghost poop story.
Ghost.
Yeah. Well, I'll keep it real short and simple and sweet. But worked at Taco Bell. It was getting close to the front of the place closing, and drive-through would stay open until like 1, 2 in the morning or something like that. So somebody walked into the place, and I was working the register, getting ready to work the register to drive through the rest of the night. Shit job. Will never work fast food ever again. I think I'd rather sell drugs than work fast food ever again. And I never really sold drugs. Anyways, so somebody must have like, I don't know if it was a coworker or somebody not fucking talking, like just saying that, my asshole hurts. But somebody took the biggest fucking shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. It's not just a picture of
like their back probably cracked.
It had to have just fallen out of. Oh my god, this thing was so fucking big. It lapped over itself.
Oh,
And it was like one of those things where it was like small, that got real fucking fat, and then small again, but it like doubled over on itself, and it was like hanging out almost out of the fucking toilet. And I basically stopped. Almost the entire crew had to come and see this thing. There was a moment of time where nobody was working. Everybody came and was staring at this thing in the fucking bathroom. And the manager was like, and I was like, you make me fucking clean this? Here's the headset. I'm fucking walking out right now. I will not fucking clean this. Like, I'm checking on and making sure everything's clean in this bathroom, but that fucking piece, that gigantic shit, I'm fucking
shitzilla.
done. So he had to basically take this like big ass like bun coffee maker, made hot scorching ass hot water. So I had to get a bunch of like basically 100-degree bun hot water and like basically liquefy melt the shit. I had to kind of help him, but I was just kind of
who knew
I'm there
giant
for
turds
backup.
were water soluble.
Yeah, I'm there for backup basically to make sure that this thing would
fucking
actually
moral
flush.
support.
Yeah, this thing would actually flush. Thank God it didn't back up. So, and this Taco Bell isn't a Taco Bell anymore. It was off 50th and L. It used to be next to the Subway over by 50th and L in Omaha. So, that location went down the street to 42nd.
On the other side of the street from the Kentucky
Or no,
Fried
50th. Yeah. On the other side of, the Kentucky Fried Chicken. But that Taco Bell used to be.
That's fucking awful.
Yeah. So that was, I don't even know what to call it, but I didn't see anybody waddle out of the place.
They would have had to, or crawled,
or
you
would have seen
wheelchaired out.
Oh my God, man, this thing, it's either one of those things this person used to get fisted on a regular basis for this thing to fall out of them, or they're just used to shitting like that. But it was almost, it was almost the size of somebody's digestive tract. It was that fucking big long. Anyways, enough about the shit story. So, let's talk about some Mexican
we are Powered
food.
Up Podcast.
Yeah. So Mexican food. What's your favorite Mexican places here in town?
Muchacho Alegra.
Okay.
El Muchacho Alegra. I think it is on North 72nd up here. Just great food.
Yeah.
But I really like Albalardo's and Lena's too. I even like Romeo's a lot.
Yeah.
Mexican food is the food that I could eat pretty much all the time.
Chipotle's life.
Not so much. I like Qdoba over Chipotle.
Yeah, I just had Chipotle for lunch today.
Now, my friend Marvin, one of my best friends, man, I've known this dude forever. We were talking about the karaoke thing. He's a really good singer.
Yes.
His mom is hands down the best cook of Mexican food that I've ever met in my entire life. And she's wonderful.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mama Maria.
Nice. So yeah, we also agreed that Arvelardo's and some of those places are the best place to get some food when you're shit faced and driving home at 2 a.m.
The drunken burrito.
Yeah. So there's also Diablo burrito from that place that's got a ton of stuff in it. And it's a little spicy and stuff, but when you're, that shit face, doesn't matter. It's got shrimp, beef, chicken, French fries, and also has rice, a little bit of lettuce, bean. It's just awesome. My mouth is watering talking about this shit right now. So, what else here? So, we didn't really talk about fast food tacos.
I like Amigos.
Yeah.
For fast food, my money is
don't get
on
Amigos that often. Curse, my wife is just not a fan. I never really stopped. I've actually never stopped at the one off of Dodge Street and ate at that Amigos.
That's the one I usually go to.
Really? Yeah. It's always fucking busy.
Over
as shit.
like across from Children's
and
Hospital.
And it's the shittiest way to get in that place. To get
it is a
too.
shit show. The parking lot is
terrible. Anybody in Omaha that knows and been off of Dodge Street knows that Amigo sucks to get into.
You see me keep looking back. I'm just super gun shy right now. Like,
Don't want this thing to just shut off again.
No.
Because we're almost literally about an hour into the podcast. So we're rehashing and talking about some of the stuff. And then burger places.
boy,
We talked about burger.
Stella's. I haven't eaten there since I was a kid with my dad, but it was really good.
Yeah.
But
As one of the Bellevue spots that I've not been to. I've heard tons of things about the place is awesome. The place sucks. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about the place. I know, and the place has gone through several different owners.
uh-huh.
So
There used to be a drive-in behind it. Drive-in movie, like this big drive-in.
yeah. Then we talked about being right down the street from off of Mission Street, about Captain Video and all
Yeah,
those other
the-
places growing up.
The
So,
arcade I used to go to. I went to
Mhm.
Mission Middle School there,
Yeah.
and my mom worked in that area, so I'd stop in and hit her up for a few bucks and
Yeah.
meet a few of my friends there. And that was, I'll be honest, man, those were some of the funnest afternoons of my life.
Mhm.
Like just hanging out in there, eating like the shitty pretzels that they had, and playing pool. They had pool tables
Yeah.
and video games, and it was just fun.
Yeah, and that place is so it's really eerie to go to those spots in Bellevue and that there's nothing there.
Yeah.
And, a lot of the happening spots that were businesses when we were kids, or at least when I was a kid and stuff. There's not shit going on down there anymore.
There's still military housing there, right? And
yeah,
south of
and,
there?
yeah, and I think they're actually redoing a lot of that stuff because it's so old.
yeah,
But and that's right in the same spot where Amarillo's was.
Mm-mm.
Like really, it's close. It's
It's
like it's down
probably-
a street a little bit, but it's in that same.
Well, you'd go
area,
probably
basically.
2 miles up Mission and then be south and go another. It's probably 4 or 5 miles.
I'm thinking. So there's that.
Used to be an Albertsons grocery store right there on the corner.
That's
of like
way.
Mission and Galvin.
That was further down.
Yeah.
Where that Philadelphia's Bar Grill was.
Oh yeah,
and then where the
because
Captain Amer- or
Philadelphia
Captain
Bar
Video-
and Grill and Couch Potato or Captain Video. No,
Captain- it was a Captain Video there.
what was the name of the arcade I used to go to then? Because, you're right. It was a Captain Video right there next to Philadelphia Bar and Grill, and because that right there is where Amarillo's was. Where I'm talking about,
That's a little bit further down.
where I'm talking about was down like in Old Town Bellevue, like Mission Avenue.
Okay.
Gosh.
Hmm.
Because I went to elementary school there at Avery, across from that Taco John's,
Okay.
and there was a Best Western, and then the Amarillo's was in that parking lot.
Yeah.
But if you went down
south
south
towards
more,
the base.
yeah, and then turn left on Mission, for some reason, the name of that arcade is just evading me. I cannot think of it.
I don't know. I must not have ever known about that arcade that was further.
It
down
was
the road
cool.
then. I just remember the one that was in South Roads Mall, and then we brought up the the Greek place that's inside the mall, which I think both of us decided that we're going to take a field trip down to Bellevue into that old mall, which isn't
Yeah.
a mall anymore. I think it's a business park. Ameritrade originated out of this mall and is now owned by Schwab.
Charles Schwab.
Charles Schwab. So, but that mall used to have a ton of shit in it. It had a bar and read all about it bookstore. It had a ton of shit in this
Yeah.
mall, and it's basically fucking dead.
Yeah, it was cool.
Bob's gym in the place is hands down the best gym in town, in my opinion. They would have put out one out west. I'd be a member out west, but
Yeah.
I think he's kind of just sticking to where he's at. They also had a fucking movie theater in the place. That was the first time I saw Army of Darkness, Half Baked. I saw some fucking phenomenal movies in that place.
Yeah, I remember the movie theater there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
At one point across the hall, directly from the movie theater, they used to have a fucking
The arcade?
that wasn't an arcade. That used to be downstairs. It was a haunted house.
Oh,
They,
I don't remember
yeah,
that.
Yeah, I was kind of young when they put that. It didn't last very long. I think one or 2 years. It was small. It was really small. But what else did we talk about? We were getting to the burgers We're
Yeah.
talking about burgers, and then
Because I
that's-
love In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah. And then that's when the computer decided to update itself and screw us out of the entire fucking episode. So, Dinkers, my brother loves going to Dinkers. My mom comes to town. That's one of her spots that they go to Dinkers.
Jesse loves Dinkers.
Dinkers. He loves the Dinkers. Puts the Dinkers in his mouth.
Jesse, just go eat Dinkers.
Just do it. Don't
Jesse's
do
rad. I mean, well, Jesse's tight.
it.
Remember, he's like,
tight.
he was on the episode. He's like, cars are tight.
Yeah. Cars are tight. Let's see. We did talk about Bronco's Burgers for fast foodie kind of places. They have a fried fish sandwich that I get all the time there at the place. It's fucking awesome.
The Rodeo Burger there.
Rodeo Burger's dope. French fries are greasy, and that's a ton of them. Just like when you go to Five Guys, they give you a shit ton of fries that are practically cold and soggy when you get them, but it is what it is.
So we have a list going about stuff that we say, oh, we should talk about on the next episode or do between episodes or something, and we always forget. So now Nick's writing a list. So
yeah, so
Nick,
I got a list of
you
things
should
I'm
write
starting
down
on.
make Vinny oil stupid chair, because this is pretty bad. Like, this chair is pretty loud, and I move around a lot because I'm fat.
We can also talk about steak places in town, and usually most people, when they think about going and getting like a fancy restaurant or something, it's either Italian food or a steakhouse
Or seafood.
or seafood. We can go there too.
Not Red Lobster, but
Yeah.
real seafood.
Yeah, we did agree that the
Cheddar Bay biscuits,
the
baby.
biscuits,
Let's go.
Yeah, those are pretty fire. That's one of the few things I actually like really enjoy about Red Lobster.
That's for my brother-in-law Brandon. He likes. He gets so mad when people use like catchphrases like "Let's go"
Or what that peepee do,
or I feel like when people say that bothers me too.
or just like, and I say that a lot because I'm having a lot of brain farts lately. And
I feel like nobody knows what that pee-pee do but us. Like, because you know, when things catch on like that, you could walk around and say shit like that to people, but you walk up to a stranger and be like, "Hey boy, what that pee-pee do?" You're probably gonna get a fight.
maybe, or he's gonna be like, "I can show you."
But what the ideal response would be like, I don't know, because it's from a video that we send each other shit back and forth on like Instagram a lot, and he found. Did I find it or you find it?
I think we knew about it, and then I think I might have sent it to you because somebody else sent it to me.
There's
this fucking hilarious.
This old guy, and he's in these like little shorts, and he's like, made the mistake of wearing my hoochie daddy cut off shorts today. I've been catcalled like 17 times. People be like, "Hey boy, what that pee-pee do?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
Yeah. So steakhouses, though, we said you said
Brother Sebastian.
Brother Sebastian's.
Definitely.
It's a good spot.
Remember Cassio's?
Vaguely.
Oh, Mr. C's.
Mr.
That wasn't a
C's.
steakhouse. I think that was more Italian, right?
I think so.
Up north.
I could be completely fucking wrong. Omaha Prime, I talked about downtown New Market. I remember passing it all the time when I was younger and thinking that there was never anybody in this fucking place, and thought that, man, they must be hurting for business or something. But to find out that the bottom part that you walk by and see, that's just the waiting area. The actual restaurant's upstairs. They have one of the only places in town that can serve. I think it's the only place in Nebraska, or like possibly even the Midwest. They have they had to go through the state food administrative board and stuff to get like a license to be able to sell aged meat for the steaks.
It's dry
and stuff.
aged.
Yeah,
They do the butter casing and then 70-something days.
Yeah,
Or,
I had it there. It's fucking amazing.
yeah, I want to try it.
I guess they have massive tomahawks and shit there too. But we talked a bit about Mouth of the South and how the prime rib there, our experience with the prime rib is it was not good.
The rest of the food was great. Like my wife had the red snapper. It
So did
was
my wife.
really
and
good.
It's great.
We both got the prime rib, and we felt like we were being punished for being bad.
Yeah. Too much of a smoky flavor.
It was a bitter smoke. A, I think they might have used mesquite, which I'm not a fan of anyway.
Yeah.
And B, I think they threw it in right after they lit the smoker, and they didn't let that shit start
and
burning.
they
clean.
basically doused the entire prime rib with the sauce, which shouldn't have any fucking sauce, man. It should
Yeah.
be on the side.
Yeah, I want to dip it in au jus
Yeah.
at my own discretion.
Yeah, man. I think anybody could agree that's just how you fucking eat it. you know,
Yeah.
But this place was completely different, which wasn't a bad thing. Different's not bad, but it just, we both agreed, too smoky, and it just was kind of lukewarm, man. It
Yeah.
was just, it was a thick piece of meat. Everybody saw us getting it, and everybody's like, "Holy shit, what the fuck?"
But that
looks
bread
great.
pudding, though.
Bread pudding was maize balls. The boudin balls from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
So
were
can't really. We fucked up and got probably something we shouldn't have. But the food's good.
every
Yeah.
appetizer I had there, because you
Yeah.
guys got a sample platter or something.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Even
Even the wings on there they were good.
yeah,
Had that smoky
everything was
flavor.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah. We both have had prime rib better other places.
Yeah. Big
So,
Fred's probably my favorite place for prime rib.
No shit. They've got pizza and shit.
Yeah,
there too,
they're
right?
an actual.
Yeah.
They're actually a pizza place, but
Yeah.
at least they did. They sell. It's a big slab of prime rib with like this toasted bread next to it and French fries, and then they put your au jus sauce
Nice.
there.
Nice.
It's really good.
Nice. We also Texas Roadhouse. I mean, come on. I mean,
I'll eat it.
Yeah.
I'll take it over
Yeah.
Longhorn.
actually, the Longhorn isn't too terrible either. But I think I would agree on that.
I like Longhorn sides, like those Brussels sprouts they have are really good.
Yeah.
But for steak, I like Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
And then we talked about Cincinnati Skyline Chili, but we could talk about that. This is
Yeah.
this is going to be a two-parter.
Yeah, because we're gonna cut it a little short on you guys today. It's probably gonna be about half hour or so. Where are we at right now?
because my computer is a bitch.
Yeah.
We're at 31 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna keep it a little short for you guys today. Sorry about that, but we are going to we're gonna make this a two-parter.
Yeah.
Man, she is home.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But sorry to keep. Yeah, we'll come back to this. We're gonna have a little bit more notes and stuff. We're supposed to have a guest today that fell through. Possibly next week I might have a guest.
Well, the guy owns a bar. I don't think he really gets time off. Right?
Yeah. And he also manages things. So like, it's not too much. I'm not like, I'm never gonna. It might work out. We'll eventually have somebody on. And soon, and now that we have video officially, that you can actually see our pretty faces. And what'd you say?
Look at our puss. Look at our face puss.
Yeah.
That's quite a puss you got there, Nick.
Yeah, I shaved it today, and I actually had a beard, not as big as your face, puss, but
Yeah, I've got a hairy face puss.
yeah.
So yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing: we got a lot of great content to go over.
Yeah.
At least to us, it's great. If we love that you guys are listening to us. Still, we're getting some good feedback. So
yeah.
Just thanks for listening. I got some ideas that I want to talk about with Nick, and we'll see where we go, and we're just excited to start cranking out more episodes, especially now that I think we got the video ironed out. So
Yeah, because I've been actually I wrote down a few things that we did talk about that we didn't go over. There's some collectible old guy stuff. There was
the Avon cars,
yes, the Avon stuff. We
statues. Sorry,
Yeah,
bottles.
so there's a little bit about some background story about Bohemian Cafe and me
Yeah.
growing up, and then even Gerda's and everything. There's a little bit of backstory with some of those restaurants on why they're my favorites, and besides just the amazing food that we unfortunately don't get to have anymore.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go over some of that stuff. I've got written down the finals game that we both haven't played yet together, but I've played a little bit more of.
And here it is. When we're talking about food, we both like food, but we both grew up in this area. So a lot of times, maybe the food wasn't awesome, but we've got a lot of memories there. You know, it's some of these places that we're talking about. So I think that'll make it seem better as well.
Yes, and if there's a place that somebody locally wants us to talk about that we're not bringing up, please write us. poweredumpodcast@gmail.com.
Please.
If anybody is actually listening or watching this on YouTube, write some comments. I went on there the other day and nobody's really writing in or like commenting anything. I think there's even one episode nobody's even fucking viewed. So
On what?
On YouTube.
Yeah, we're not getting most of our views there since we got on Spotify.
Yeah, and it's a huge shift on Spotify.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's a comment section on Spotify.
There's not.
Okay.
The best thing to do is email us.
Yeah.
We are still working on getting goddamned Apple verified.
I thought we had the other day. But,
I did too.
um,
I don't know what's going on there.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna look right now.
Yeah,
to see if
search us
we're
up
on
there.
Apple real fast.
But we're gonna work on that, and we're excited to just reach out to everybody on as many platforms as we possibly can. We'll start getting better about the social medias and posting and stuff like that. Again, we're kind of looking for a third person as well to kind of help with some of the production and research stuff. So,
Is it all powered?
yeah, it should be Powered On Podcast.
It's still no results. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I'll mess with it
Apple.
some more, see what we can get going.
I'm even typing in just power dump in general. It's not popping up. So,
But we are on
fortunately,
Spotify.
Apple's not happening just yet. It's for some weird reason thrown. And if anybody has any like suggestions on what to do with Apple, I mean, I even suggested like if there was tech support or something that we needed like.
We've tried
something.
everything. We've even tried adding a payment method on to the account so it verifies it that way.
Yeah.
It's just not helping out. So
Yeah.
we are excited to get it working. So hopefully we get that done. Again, we just appreciate everybody that's listened so far and given us feedback on this.
Yeah, and if you haven't followed us yet on like Instagram, there is a Power Dump Podcast on Instagram.
In a Facebook group.
Yeah, so just DM us or like message us even on that stuff. I
Definitely.
mean, Vinny's attached to all that stuff, so he can see comments and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, we'd love some feedback on like some other stuff to talk about. But yeah, so there'll definitely be a part 2 to this episode about food. Shit, we could probably have several different episodes about food, about that stuff. But if for some weird chance that somebody outside of the state is listening, and wants to comment on like a food place or something, man, we travel, so tell us what spots amazing that we need to check out. And you never know, we might go take a fucking road
We
trip.
love to travel.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, I'm Vinny.
I'm Nick.
And you've been listening to Powered Up Podcast,
Touch
or
yourself.
hopefully watching.
Yeah, keep touching yourself.
Yeah, keep touching yourself.
And I got many sticker buttholes and stuff. I'm at the convention starting this weekend. You'll probably hear it after the weekend and stuff. But yeah, come by and get a sticker butthole or a dicker. Little tiny dickers and
Get
shit.
your butthole.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Thanks so much.
Thanks.